Hey, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakarium, Shah Yasha'Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Much blessings to you and your family. We are in these end time prophecies. So I guess this will be considered my first video of Esau's New Year's 2025. And the Apostle Tahar set the tone this year like he do. He's been doing this, I think, if I'm right, since 2016. He's been setting the tone for the years. Now, this is not a prediction from the apostle. This is more like a setting it off from the head prophet, to get things in motion. That's why it's called the hopeful year. Anytime these predictions go out, because there's a few things to factor in. This is the measurement. The Lord tells us to measure the times. So with the apostle, just through the Holy Spirit, of course, the Holy Spirit gives him these measurements. We don't look at time like everyone else. Proof of that is you actually think that you're in the new year. Everything's dead right now. There's nothing new. Hold 1 second. The new year starts in the spring, which we're going to go into as well. Hold on. Let me just get, come on the pocket for acting up, huh? Close that. Let's get the book. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. This is how we do it. 2nd Ezra 9. And we're going to start from 1. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." So yes, we do got to follow the Gregorian calendar. I think Britain is on the same calendar. Certain parts of the world is on the same calendar. But we know through the history, that calendar is off. They can't really pinpoint that we are in the year 2025, just coming out of 2024. Our calendar was always the moon. Always the moon. But we know we are in a time, and the Lord, he has Esau with his calendar set up for a reason. So we do follow the calendar. The word calendar goes into calling, which they were calling in the debt in the ancient times. The word month goes back to moon. So we follow the moon. That's how we dictate the counting of our days. That's how we dictate the number of the months. We use the moon. Now, we look at the signs of the time. This is how the apostles coming up with, the tones that's being set. Because this one is called, this is beautiful, the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment on Esau. And this is based on all the events that's happening around the world. The UFOs that's on the scene. World War III is about to pop off. The nuclear bombs are in the news. Civil War. The MOTB, as one of these videos I'm going to go into, because something just happened. And they released this right before midnight, this information that China has infiltrated the stock market. The financial institutions has been infiltrated. So we know this digital system, they may rush this in really, really fast. But we're going to get into that video. So this tone has been set once again, and this is called the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment on Esau. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai backed this up. Because like I just showed you here, this is from off TikTok. This is the Capitol. The Capitol was struck New Year's Eve, as you can see, struck by lightning, as well as the Empire State Building in New York City. And on top of that, because we was at camp last night, and the Lord had us close out right before that storm came through something fierce. And we shut down. I mean, by the time it was hitting, we was in our cars heading home. And the Lord brought the pain on these people down here in Manhattan. And these people were out here with Pampers on. The sickness, and this is going into the measuring of the times too. The sickness of the people. These are grown adults in Times Square with Pampers on. This is, once again, 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So we're diligently watching the time. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we're looking at all the signs and the time. Our apostle came up with this tone for these next 12 months, leading into, could be 2026, 2027. But this is set based on the measurement of what's happening in the planet Earth, and it's going down. Once again, this is called the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment on Esau. And that's based on all the events that's happening on planet Earth, which we know Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah is visiting this place. Check this video out.
There was a lightning storm in New York tonight during everyone's celebration in Times Square. This is a picture of lightning striking the Empire State Building tonight. The 35 minutes before the ball dropped, there were 134 unique lightning events within 50 miles of Manhattan. It poured down rain. The people are wet. They're wearing diapers. Their confetti is smashed into all of these like puddles. And this is how I know that I am so old, because this girl looks so cute and so happy, and this looks like misery to me. This is hell on earth to me. Being smashed in with literally 1 million people in the pouring rain in the middle of a lightning storm, wearing a diaper and drinking like a Coors Light that was $47. And then having to wade your way out of the detritus to try to get back on the subway or get a cab to get home. All I'm saying is this better not be an omen, okay? This better not be an omen of the year that's to come.
Oh, it definitely is an omen, and an omen is a prediction. And the Lord set that tone. And this was the Capitol. And it got struck twice. Lightning strikes the U.S. Capitol on New Year's Eve. So the Lord is going to make moves in these next few months. So once again, it says, 2nd Ezra 9:2. Then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's what we in. We in a time of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah's visitation on planet Earth. So prepare. And like I said, we don't consider this the New Year's. Everything is dead. With the people they're in another one of Esau's rituals, a Saturn ritual, what goes into idol worshiping. That ball being dropped is an idol, and as you can see how crazy the people were, out there celebrating this, the Earth, planet Earth at this time is in one big ritual, What's it? Hey, what's up, Rich? No, I'm on the phone. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, just my nosy super right there. You see me roll the window up, Yeah, this people, man. They don't know what's going on. So we numbered our, like I said before, we go by the lunar calendar, and so does the elites. You know, this is something for the masses to celebrate. Let me see something. NASA follows lunar calendar. Let me see if they got this here. So it says the moon. NASA has information about the moon phases, including a phase, because NASA came out and said NASA develops a lunar standard. I know I saw this last year when NASA came out and said new moon waxing, that they were now going to start following the lunar calendar. Just want to see if they got this on Google. If they got the moon phases, that NASA knows all about the moon phases. NASA follows lunar calendar today. Let me see something here. It said, okay, moon phases. It keeps saying no. Okay, they don't got much here about it, but lunar calendar cycle today. But I heard it when NASA was following. But we do know the elites. They look at the stars. They still on the ancient calendar, which is the moon. And that's how we determine our days, our months, and this calendar here is for the masses. And when you go into this word masses, this is the definition for the masses of people. This is masses here. All right. That's the now. Let me see. The masses. 1 second. A crowd, a large amount. Let me see. A little drought. Barkley. Sense. English. Meaning buck. There's a unique word they use for. That's mass. That's mass. Let me see here. Come on. Masses. There we go. Masses. People of the lower class. Okay? That's how they look at the people. So when they're using the word masses, this is people of the lower class. And that's how they look at, all these fools, that you see right here out at Times Square while these heavy events were going on. This was the masses here.
134 unique lightning events within 50 miles. And this is how
the
I
masses
know
here.
that I am so old, because this looks like misery to me. This is hell on earth to me. Being
this is people of the lower class.
With literally 1 million people in the pouring rain in the middle of a lightning storm, wearing a diaper and drinking like a Coors Light that was $47.
$47 Coors Light, man. This is the masses, okay? So they the Lord is about to hurt these people. but we know that this is not the New Year's. The Lord released the Israelites, on the first of the month from the hands of the Egyptians. This is Exodus 12, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron and in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Now, this month, they were going through the Passover, on the 15th day of that month. They had to go through the ritual. This is the 18th verse. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until 1 and the 20th day of the month at evening. And the month begins with a new moon, which is the darker side of the moon. And if you count 14 days in at evening, which will make it the 15th day, the beginning of the 15th day, that moon will be full. So it'll be at its highest point. That's when you get the full moon. And then it starts going through a waning phase, okay? And when you jump down to 21st verse, then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill for the Passover. So this month we were celebrating the Passover. Now this month also had a name. This is Exodus 13, verse 4. this day came ye out in the month of Bib. So this month was called the month of Bib. And when you go into this word of Bib, this is the spirit here. This is Hebrew for it.
Strong's H24. Aviv.
Abib Yap. It's fresh, which is new. Nothing's fresh now. We're in the dead of the winter. All right. You can go into they celebrate the things called the winter solstice, where the earth is at its highest point and lowest point of light and darkness. All this is sitting around, like I said, look into Saturn worship. These people, they into worshiping Saturn heavy, and they linked it to the December 25th, going into a week later, their New Year's, but everything is dead. But that's to put the world into this ritual while they still following the lunar calendar. So that month of Bib, the first day of the month where the Passover comes, is fresh, is young, barley ears. When does the springtime hit? Around what? Look at the bottom. March, April. See, month of the year forming of green, of crop. That's when everything's growing. As you can see, everything's dead. Because we're in the dead of the winter. Okay, everything's dead. All the trees are dead. Everything's dead. So nothing's green, nothing's plump. We're probably going to get snow next week. It says to grow green, Abib, month of Exodus, the month of Exodus and Passover, March or April. Now, you come up on that by following the lunar calendar once again. So they at least know what's going on in the Israelites, basically those that's following the apostles, the great millstone. We know what's going on. This is NLT. On this day in early spring, see, in the month of Bib, you have been set free. And the Lord about to set another tone for us, because we crying out to the Heavenly Father like we cried out to him in this time Exodus. And the Lord looked on us, and tell you that the Lord had respect, but he heard our cries. And the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, we're crying constantly, because the oppression, man, the hell that we're in. This is matter of fact, let me just go to Exodus 4. Just let me see. No. What is this at? It's like in 1 second here. It's like in, what is this cat? Where's that scripture? All right, we're gonna move on. Let me see. 1 second. Here when it says the Lord. Let me see. The Lord had respect unto Israel. I know I'm looking right past it. Yep. This is Exodus 2:25. It says, and Yahweh looked upon the children of Israel, and Yahweh had respect unto them. Why was that happening? Let's open it up. This is Exodus 2:23. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of bondage. And we're sighing right now. The men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, the elect, the hopeful elect that know what's going on. We constantly crying. Morning, afternoon, night. We're crying out because of this place. And the bondage is getting hardest, man. I know y'all been seeing all the fog that's been going on around the world. Now this thing is turning into globs and all the chemtrails he's spraying. The attack on our food, the attack on our family. Our children is learning more behavior in school. The walls are closing in on Babylon, so the cries of the hopeful elect is getting louder and louder. It's like the Lord is forcing you to cry at this time. He's making it very uncomfortable for us like it was made uncomfortable for them before the Lord came to get them. So it says, and it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto Yahweh by reason of the bondage. And Yahweh heard their groanings, and the Lord is listening to. He's listening to the elect. He's listening to the prayers. Don't sleep on the prayers. So the Lord said he's listening to the groanings. He was listening back then, and Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah is listening now. This is we're gonna get right back to Exodus. This is Revelations. I'm gonna just get right in. Revelations 1:8 verse 3. And another angel, I'm gonna read it in NLT. And another angel with a golden censer burning came and stood at the altar, and a great amount of incense was given to him to mix with the prayers of Yahweh's people as an offering unto the golden altar before the throne. So our cries in the form of prayers, in the form of aches, in the form of these videos, definitely when you at camp. That camp is an altar. That's a very powerful weapon right now. And when you got the complete doctrine, you got the right sacrifice, that's being mixed with the incense that's being sent up. The smoke of the incense mixed with the prayers of Yahweh's holy people, and that's the elect, the Israel of God at this time, ascended up to Yahweh from the altar where the angel had poured them out. So those same cries, those same prayers are going up. And we are approaching the month of Bib, which is the Passover, which we just looked, it was around the springtime, March, April. That's when the actual year, according to the lunar calendar, according to our calendar, starts around the springtime. So keep your eyes open in these next few months. And Yahweh heard their groaning, and Yahweh remembered his covenant with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. Those are our forefathers, the patriots. And the Lord has remembered his covenant. That's why this thing is going down. Esau's about to lose. The nation's about to lose. Just like the apostle named this year. Let me just, did I move it? Okay, I think I moved it. So the apostle just named this year. You know? Let me see. It says, and Yahweh looked upon the children of Israel, and Yahweh had respect unto them. So we can get into this portion of the video here, because this just went down. Let me see something here. This went down. This is serious. This is big. This is adding into the prophecy, letting us know time is short. The Lord is not playing no games. You know, let me see here. Once again, go over here. Just check this video out. This is the apostle. GMS declaring the end, 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment on Esau. But I want to get into this here, because this just hit. And we hoping this turn into something.
Another fake ad. I don't know why they can't just make a
game for the commercials. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. This is Ron Yates. You know, YouTube channel. This guy used to work on I think he used to work on Wall Street. I know he was in the financial sector. You know, now he has his this is a pretty successful YouTube. He goes into some issues, you know, but he's more into the political side, the currency side. You know, he keeps his eye on, you know, politics and what's going on with the economy. But this, as you can see, it says, I can't believe what just happened, because there was a serious attack from China and it hit the financial sector. Let me let you listen. This is we at a turning point.
Mouse Jiggler or some other like simple software that basically moves the mouse ever so slightly just to keep your computer from going to sleep. And they're saying that basically they got in through a workstation. Well, I wonder if it was one of these software pieces that someone downloaded that maybe had a backdoor allowing hackers to get in that way. Possibly. Just throwing it out there.
Surprised the Treasury got hacked yesterday.
So this is the Treasury. The Treasury, listen clear. The Treasury got hacked. And they just now coming out with this. So they waited to release it. I think it started on December 8th. So they waited to release this. So now they're going crazy. So you know they're talking about the Treasury. They said they got social security numbers, bank statements, everything. This will be a good reset of the system.
Cheryl, you're not alone. I think a lot of us are becoming cynics that the Chinese seem to have access to almost any American secrets they want to get. It obviously is good for them to focus on Treasury Department. Treasury is where the sanctions are. Treasury is where the currency manipulation issue is discussed. So, in a way, I'm surprised that they didn't hack Treasury even earlier.
Well, Samantha Dravis has a question along those lines for you. She's on set with me. Samantha, go ahead.
They got our social security numbers the other day. They're hacking into the U.S. I don't believe this. I cannot believe what they're trying to tell us here.
I wanted to ask you, clearly it seems we don't have what we need to deter these threats. They're very concerning. And I would like to know, what are your thoughts on CISA, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Agency? There's been a lot of criticism that this is an agency in need of dire reform. There were reports that the agency was weaponized to go after disinformation on social media, and it was really weaponized into an agency that strayed from its true purpose.
Yeah, because that's the agency that's supposed to be set up to do its job, but instead it was weaponized against Americans. Going after YouTube, going after TikTokers, just basically sicked on the American public, and this is what they're going to do. So they setting this whole thing up. Now, what is this going to roll over into by the end of this week, going into early next week? But it looks like we're in a serious situation, so the Lord is shaking this thing up. Day one, he's shaking this thing up.
I actually took the time to go to their website and their Twitter. I don't see them posting anything about this. What is their response, and do you have concerns that this agency needs reform?
Yes, you've identified a really important problem, that different parts of our government are alert to the China threat to different degrees. And it's ironic that sometimes the people in charge of a really specific issue seem to be asleep at the switch. The Pentagon seems to be quite active. They put out reports, they conduct exercises, they're building a new generation of weapon systems. So the Pentagon doesn't need guidance on the China threat. Someone else who doesn't need guidance is Donald Trump himself. I'm an eyewitness that he went through real friction with most of his government in the first term on trying to get the China trade talks going and get a meaningful deal. A lot of the government just would not help Mr. Trump, and he had to conduct meetings and pretty much micromanage things himself. So I hope the lessons learned for the next term, all these mistakes that happened in the first term that President Trump had to correct. He had to fire some people too, as is well known. And if you're doing research on this, you might enjoy 4 or 5 of the memoirs that have come out. Jared Kushner's memoir, Peter Navarro's, Bob Lighthizer. They go into the friction and how much trouble there was among different units. And finally, President Trump just had to step in again and again and make things happen. I hope that's what's going to happen in the next term.
Yeah, we're going to see, because the Lord about to put the pedal to the metal. These guys are nothing but puppets. Will Trump even make it? Coming in on January 20th, you got that inauguration, that ceremony, where he's going to be placed as the new American prophet, the new warlock. That's Nero through the spirit. If Yahweh Shem Shah, we believe that, because we search things out through the spirit, and the Lord is going to bring this thing down like ancient Rome. But you Edomites will never rise again, But we got to be clear on what's going on here, because this can bring in that new system that we waiting for, because we waiting for the MOTB. Now, everybody's going to be talking about this mark of the beast real soon, because this is the current prophecy, and the Lord's about to shine so much light on this prophecy. It's going to be so much talk. The people in the world are going to be trying to figure out the 666. They're going to be trying to figure out what the mark is. They're going to be trying to figure out what the beast is. They finally going to put the beast separate from the mark, separate from the 666, and then they're going to try to add it all in, and they're going to be so confused But as they see this financial system collapsing and they push in a new swipe your hand, pay by your face, pay by your eyes, and then it's going to quickly switch to they want you to put something in your body. This prophecy right here, and the men have been breaking it down. Our apostles, a great millstone. GMS has been breaking this down for years. This is going to be the center of attention and one of the most outlawed scriptures on the internet. This is going to be one of the most outlawed scriptures, and they're going to scramble. It's going to be the top of the debate. Who can break this down properly? And only the men of Great Millstone been breaking it down the proper way. This is Revelations 13 through 16. That's through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Let's start from verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, which he about to show. Esau has been doing great wonders. He's been giving great technology from our father. Since he came out them caves, he came out running. You can't say he didn't. Esau hit the ground running, and he had great help from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. But now he's really about to show his wonders. So he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven with those bombs. In order to do that, he was implemented, this air flight and war in the air systems. It got greater with, the atom bomb. Then they came out with the nuclear bomb. Now they upgraded into all kind of ICBM, sonic, supersonic. I mean, the firepower is crazy. That's that blessing, that sword that he was given. He maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. That's his power, deception. His power is deception. That's why everybody's on board. Millions of people, like they said, was in Times Square worshiping the beast, worshiping that ball, that idol. That image of Saturn dropping. Everybody want to be a New Yorker. This system, the democracy has been set all over the earth. Everyone mimics an Edomite, and they mimic your democracy, your system, the way you do things, your schools. And you can't say, no, it ain't you. It is you. It is you, you so-called white people. It's you. You've been identified. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, his medical industry, and the beast itself, which is the EU and NATO, and America's the whore that sits on the beast, which also includes Britain, the financial portion of this thing. They mimic the first dragon, which is Rome. Everything you touch, 90% of America, probably even more, represents Rome. It's in the likeness of ancient Rome. And the world envies that. So it says, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, and they do follow the pattern of this beast and the ancient beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. That's Rome was wounded. Rome came back. So this is Rome 2.0. It's all over the internet, man. We ain't making this up. You go hit the comparisons, videos, America compared to Rome, the idols, the trophies, the awards, the mall system, the social media system. Look where that came from. The Olympics, the games, the bread and circus, the democracy, the capital. They had 7 Capitol Hills in Rome. Stop it, man. The plebeians, the patricians, the modern day Democrats, the Republicans. It's all out. You can't deny this. So this is the beast. This is Rome 2.0. Rome was wounded. Rome came back. That's not Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia did not come back. So it says, and Rome is living. It's living. It's breathing. It's breathing. And it's about to make you take his mark, his Karox, his RFID chip, man, to continue in the system. So it's alive right now. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that image, that's the system. That's the system. And to get down with this system, you're going to have to take the device. And the world thrives in a system Look how many nations got to come over to the UN. And where's the UN located? In New York City. So they are all eating. I don't care if America just bombed you to damn smithereens the other day. Your diplomats better show up in the UN if you want to eat. So they all got to still get down with the image and go back to their parts of the world and spread it. You know, and that's that cup that's in the whore's hand that you read in Revelation 17. So the system is here. It says, this is 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark. And when you go into this word, mark, and Salaki, if I'm going a little fast, this thing has been broken down so many times. If you can't get this by now, I don't know what to tell you. But I do know this is going to be hot topic. People are going to be trying to break this down. This is the Greek for mark.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma. Imprinted mark. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand. This is physical. As the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. There's many Antichrists, not just one guy with a suit on. Okay? The Christians are anti-Hamashiachs. Okay? And they're going to physically put some in their hand because they're going to need to eat, and the Lord ain't going to be taking care of these people. And this always happened. You know, back in ancient Rome, they was required to put a stamp to show who their masters was. You know, but this is physical. This is the root.
Strong's G 5482. Charax. Charax.
A pale, a stake, which is going to be that needle, a palisade. Because the chip itself is the size of a grain of rice. And you're going to put it in right side of a syringe. And there's a little slit on it. And they're going to get it at in between that top and middle layer of skin. And they're going to plop. It's going to take seconds. And it's going to be in there. They got videos out all over the place. This is on the scene. This ain't nothing. Oh, they think this is happening. We ain't just thinking this is happening, man. It's thousands of people walking around right now. What about that girl, Chip Girl? Chip Girl. She got everything chipped. This is happening. So you can go watch it, how it's being done. But now it's really about to be made mandatory. They just need that Black Swan event. And when you go to this root word, which is grapho, this is where you get autograph from.
Grapho.
Which is to write, right? A reference of letters, because on that chip is going to be a programming system. You know, and when you're into software, every piece have a program behind it. You know, all computers run on the 1 and the 0 in the same box. So every time you hit a key, you know, the computer reads it as a 1 and a 0 in the same box. But now they got something called quanto computers, where they're going to do this quanto leap, where they divide that 1 and that 0 into separate boxes, which basically speeds up their technology. This will be going into general AI as well as supernatural AI, man. So the Lord about to pick this thing up. So this is going to be one of the most sought out breakdowns on planet Earth real soon. And the men of the Lord going to disappear, because this is the time to get this now. So people going to receive a mark. Remember, poor, great, rich, everybody. The billionaires, the millionaires, your favorite basketball players, your rappers. They saying what they not going. I think Redman just made a statement. You know, he not taking the chip. Well, we gonna see. We gonna see. Maybe he get with the program, repent. We don't know, but they know what's going on because they in the inside. But when it going gets rough and the Lord is not making moves, see, the Lord's grace is keeping people on their feet right now. You know, the Lord's grace is allowing even the wicked to eat. It's raining on the wicked and the righteous right now. But the Lord's about to stop that. And he going to pinpoint who his people is. And the rest of these people that's just been skating, getting by on life, swearing Jesus has been doing it, the Lord going to cut that rope. And you about to be on your own. And the only other option will be this. Because when it boils down to that food, that's when it's going to get serious. And it says, mark in their right hand, could be in any hand. right, left. I think this word hand goes into destrious. Let's see. I just want to get it right. Because people are like, oh, if I get it in my left hand, it's just...
Strong's G 1188. Dexios.
Dexios. Okay, which is the right hand. Or basically a place of authority or honor. Some people are left-handed. They use their left hand just as good as you use your right hand. That's why you got something called a southpaw. But the majority of the world, power hand is their right hand, but you got people that use their left hand like they use their right hand. Then you got people that use their right and left hand the same way. You understand? So it doesn't matter what hand you get in. You're going to get it in your hand, and some people are going to get it in their forehead. And that forehead is going to be a high level of power, which they're going to show. And you got, what's that thing, Elon Musk, on tip of my tongue. Y'all know what it is. It'll come back where they're chipping people now in their forehead. They got 4 or 5 subjects, and he's not the only company that got that going. There's other companies they're not telling you about. Elon Musk is just a front guy. There's other companies, and it's all over the world. People are gaining their sight, they're gaining their hearing back from this device that's planted in their brain. So it's working. And that no man might buy or sell. So you're not going to be able to do business. That buy and sell just go into doing business. The majority of people are consumers. All you do is pay your bills. But you do receive your check, right, electronically. But you won't be able to go to an ATM. And you won't be able to go to the bank, because if they break this banking system, which it look like they're about to do, the banks, you can kiss the banks goodbye. So all these commercial banks, kiss them goodbye. The only way to do business will be through this device. And they some type of major emergency going to make this possible. So that's why we watching what we just heard there. Esau about to come down because the Lord is here. The Lord is on his way. Time is short. The apostle just put it out there. We getting ready, man. And that no man might buy or sell, save or except he that had that mark, or the name of the beast, which is the vibration. Because you're going to have that vibration, or the number of his name. And when you go into that 666, that sign stigma, and that last 6 is stigma in Greek, in Greek, and that goes into something that sticks with you. And when you put that in you, you're gonna do business. How you wash clothes, it's how you shop, it's how you go to Target, it's how you pump your gas. And now you got this man total vibration on you. It all flows together. So we watching this thing close. Like I said, a lot of things happened last night. So we gonna see what this is gonna unfold into.
China hacks U.S. Treasury Department in a major breach, is what they're telling us.
Investing in gold and silver is smart. Buying gold or silver with Vaulted is simple.
Right. This is the Biden administration again. What do y'all think about this? Like, do you think Trump would have allowed this to happen in his administration? I'm not saying that this could not have happened in Trump's administration. I'm just wondering, do you think that Trump would have allowed this to happen? It just seems like there's so many things that are being permitted to occur under the Biden administration. It's crazy to the point where it almost makes me wonder, are you in on it? I mean,
bingo.
Because
they taking orders. They about to shut this down. We move into the next phase. And we had a turning point, 2025. We had a turning point. They got to get this done by 2030. The system got to be running. And I heard the Occ break this down the other day, which is true. When you're rounding up, down, when you're at a 5, that's a turning point. You always round up. Anything below a 5, you round down. So 2025, you got to round up because they got 5 years to get this going. By 2030, this got to be rolling. So this is the year. These are the 12 months. Remember, these is Esau years. So we looking at these 12 months. Something's got to get started. Something unbelievable that you ain't going to believe. Way beyond 9/11, that's going to change your whole world. So we're going to end it right there, giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders, teachers, apostles, a great millstone. Stay alert, Akim. Here's the quote, it's being quoted around. There's decades when nothing happened. Then there's weeks when decades happen. Shalom.